Hi all, it's another Solving Accounting 201 homework assignment video with yours truly. First of all, I had to go through all the attempts to verify my answers. So I'm going to show you that I did get it right before we do it. So I did get both parts of it right. So there you go. I'm going to clear this out. So we can start fresh. And I'm just going to take these out so I'm not confused. And I did take screenshots of it as well to prove I did it. Okay. So our problem is we're doing cash flow assumptions. So Lopez Company reported the following current year date data for its only product. The company uses a periodic inventory system, and its ending inventory consists of 600 units, 200 from each of the last 3 purchases. So here we have our data, and we are to determine the cost assigned to ending inventory and to cost of goods sold for the following. And the following is this little chart down here, which is we need to do it for if it was a specific identification, a weighted average, a FIFO, or a LIFO. And so here's all the numbers. And what I did was I just transferred all of this here and made a spreadsheet. So here are the exact same dates and numbers up here. So our first one is to do, wow, I think I'm specific identification, which I don't know what I was writing here, sorry. Okay, so there's 600 units left, and it's 3 from the 200 from each of the last 3, and that would go specifically with specific identification. So we'll take these last 3. We had 200 at, see, 650. And then we had 200 at 680. And we had 200 at 890. So we just get those totals really easy. So equals 200 times 650. Whoops. And this one equals, well, actually, I can really drag it down, can't I? There you go. And I already put the total here. So this is the total column. So this right here is how much the inventory we have left is worth. And I guess I left the numerations here as well. So we have this much in inventory left over. This is what we started with. So for specific identification, we would take that starting number of inventory and subtract what we have left to get our cost of goods sold. So let's go back. So we have a 4,440 is our ending inventory. And then our cost of goods sold is 23,976. Whoops. Okay, perfect. Now we can go on to our weighted average. Just around this corner. So weighted averages, we have to figure out our cost per unit. And how we're going to do that is we have our total of how much all the parts cost and how many parts there were. So over here to get our per unit price, we're going to do equals 4,100 units times, oh, sorry, line, equals the total money for the units, sorry, divided by the total number of units. Wow, crazy for a second. And our total is they are $693 a piece. And again, I left the calculations and I'm sorry. So they're $693 a piece. There's 600 of them, which you can see over here. There's the calculation, 600 times the 693. So that's how much they cost. And once again, we take our total inventory that we have started with. That we have through the course of the year. So all our purchases are beginning inventory. And then we subtract out the cost of the ending inventory, and we're left with cost of goods sold. So these are our two numbers again. So it's 41.58.44. 8.44. And then our cost of goods sold is 24,257.56. 24,257.56. So we have those two down. Next, we're going to do our FIFO, our first in, first out. So this is where we start looking at specifics more so than we have done before. So for FIFO, we're going to take our units all from the last purchase. There was 720, so we only need 600 of them. So they're all going to be the same price. So it is the 600 times this $890 a piece. And that gives us our ending inventory cost worth. And then again, we do our subtraction. So we will be taking our total again. Let's do it down here. So equals total minus our inventory on hand. So here we go, 23,076. So let's go over here. 5340, 23,076. Going back. And the last one is the LIFO, however you say it, last in, first out. And this one is where we piecemeal it a little bit. So we have 600. We take these from the beginning. So we're going to take 300 because that's all there is in this first amount. Oh, sorry. Equals 300 times 6, 180. Actually, let me do this different. I'll do 300 times 6. And I'll put them out here. So equals 300 times 6. Okay, 1800. And then this one's going to be out of this next batch, this 640. We're going to take 300 of those. And that will be 300 at 625. So I think that work, right? Nope, it will not. Sorry, my bad. Poor entering into so equals excuse me, 300 times 625 this time. So 1880. So our totals for these two amounts is equals I'm so sorry. Whoa. Well, that was dumb. Sorry. My buffoonery. This plus this. Okay, so we got 3,600. Yep. That, I disconnected my sound. $3,675. And then now we have to get our cost of goods sold. I hope you can hear me. I accidentally undid my mic. So we have to, our inventory is worth 36.75. And now we're going to get our cost of goods sold. And by, again, we go back to our inventory number up here. So this is equal this amount minus our total from the LIFO. And there's our total there. So let's go into these last numbers. So this was 3,675. And this was 24741. Okay, let's refer to my photo that I took to make sure I did it right the second time. There you go. There's our numbers. 4,440, 22,976. So here's our numbers. We did it again, and it was actually kind of easy. So basically what we're doing in every occasion is we're taking our overall inventory and subtracting out what we have left to get the cost of goods sold. And the only tricky parts really are weighted average is we do it by the cost per unit. Specific identification, we use the last three. The problems was specific, 200 from each unit, so we use that. The LIFO, we take this the last and go backwards. I mean the FIFO, the last one, it happened to have more than 600, so that was our loan cost. And then the LIFO, we started from the beginning and went forward. So we had to jump, we had 300 here, but we had to get another 300. So we took it from the next purchases. That's it. It actually can be simple if you like just work the problem a couple times. And then which measure yields the highest net income? It's the FIFO, and the reason being that its cost of goods sold are the lowest, so it has the lowest cost. And that concludes my unprofessional tutorial on week 10 quiz access for chapter 5, problem number 6. I hope it helps. Thank you.